Welcome to your Daily 5. I am today's host, Bruce Fraser. Catch my power charting program on StockCharts TV, Fridays at 3 p.m. with replays thereafter, and on the StockCharts TV YouTube channel for on-demand viewing. This chart really got me thinking. We started to study the Nasdaq 100 as it was rallying in a climactic accelerating fashion into an overbought condition here, which we've labeled a buying climax. This uptrending channel had been in place, well, here since May, and a very steep decline followed. We started to study this immediately. We could see a tremendous amount of selling as it was declining to the bottom of its channel. It broke down through the channel, was not able to rally back in, and has been making a series of lower highs and lower lows throughout. This is beginning to look like distribution of sorts, something that Wyckoffans are very interested in. So here it's possible that we have attributes or aspects of distribution going back as far as July. Well, this got me thinking about the theme of growth stocks relative to value stocks. So with this in mind, let's now look at a ratio. This is a relative strength relationship of value to growth. When the line is declining, this means that value is underperforming growth. Well, this has in fact been taking place since '06. Look at this acceleration of value into the highs in '06. Well, we have a mirror image of that today with an acceleration of growth out of this trend channel, classic Wyckoffan setup of a selling climax for value. Contrary-wise, a buying climax for growth, and something that's been going on for more than a decade. This is a secular theme. So if we are to zoom in here with the idea that, hey, is it possible that we may have a terminal selling action here that is going to get reversed and turn back up in favor of the value stocks, which have been so undervalued or underrepresented, underperforming for years? Okay, well, let's have a look and see if we can figure this out. So here is zooming in. This is a 4-hour ratio chart of value to growth. So Vanguard Value ETF to triple Q, Nasdaq 100 ETF, downtrending channel, reverse use of trend lines, classic Wyckoffan construction. We're doing this on a relative strength ratio, just as we would on a stock price ratio. Selling climax goes below the channel and then rallies up, and now all of a sudden there's a change of character. We have a range bound condition taking place here where prices are going sideways, and after a spring and a test of the selling climax low, we have an important rally upward in value relative to growth, or the triple Qs. Very interesting. Could this be an early sign of a change of behavior in the markets? So do we get a break of these two important resistance areas here and go up and then come back for a test? Or do we do more work in here and then possibly go up? We're going to be watching this extremely closely. This is very important and could have an effect on markets for a number of years. Microsoft is our proxy for growth. Just for the sake of discussion here today. And you can see uptrending channel since April, throw over here in July, another climactic throw over in August, September, just as we saw in the triple Qs, very important mega cap growth name, Microsoft, and then look what happens. It just tumbles down and out of the channel and has a downward bias to it thereafter. There is definitely supply present in Microsoft as it goes down. Just to show you the point and figure chart, this is the COVID low, March, April. You can see a count forms, and this count is fulfilled. Beautiful point and figure case study. 216 was the high of the count range. It went up to 232 on a throw over and immediately fell back into the count range and now is turned down quite sharply. Very interesting. So now one last look at Microsoft point and figure. This is the one box reversal. This is like a daily chart point and figure kind of an approach. And so you can see uptrending channel, overbought here, touches the top of it, makes what appears to be a distribution structure. It may grow larger because it's at support, may have to do more work over here. But for now, we have a count objective that goes 186 to 162 if it can break down out of this structure. Very interesting. So let's turn to some value ideas just as a way to discuss the value concept. Let's look at US Paper Index, which is an industry group. And here we can see daily chart, a classic accumulation structure in paper of all things. So climax, automatic rally, range bound condition, last point of support, sets up an important low with a test, and look at this dramatic jump up and out for a sign of strength, and now a backup, old resistance is new support, and an LPS. We have a point and figure count, and this point figure count on has two segments in it, and one goes to 126, 132. Currently we're around 108, so still higher to go here. And then 186, 192. We don't know how long it could take for accounts like this to be fulfilled, if at all, but this is a legitimate big accumulation count with a resolution of a jump up and out and a backup. Now look at how well it's rallying off of the backup test. And so this has very bullish conditions, classic Wyckoff-ian behavior. We love this. And so 3-box method here, this is like a big weekly chart with much higher objectives potentially. Again, we don't know how long it could take for that to unfold. Here is another value group, chemicals, commodity chemicals. Here we're looking at a relative strength to the S&P. It's now in an uptrend. This means that commodity chemicals of all things is leadership to the S&P on a weekly basis. It's at new highs, and here we have a count. This count across here, which is from here over to here, counts from the current level at 555 up to 1085 to 1210. The count could potentially even be larger than that, but that is definitely an interesting count structure of an important value group. These are both industrial themes. Very interesting. And with that, thank you for being at your Daily 5, and we will see you next time.
Hey, Grayson Rose here with StockCharts. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, consider giving it a like down below, maybe leave us a comment, and if you're new to the channel, you can subscribe at the link up above. We're gonna bring you daily content from an incredible collection of technical analysts and financial experts.